BagFuel, baby.
Oh, let's go, Esso.
BagFuel, we here. Ghost is back, solo show. I actually like these better because people get to hear us more, I feel like.
You don't think people hearing us even through the interviews?
Nah, I feel like that they tune in for the guests when we have the guests, and we have to go that route because those people are famous and they make the computer run, they make the YouTube run. But I feel like that when they have just us talking, we're talking about specific topics.
I think it's evolving. When we first started, I would agree with that sentiment, but now people are, how about this now? People are getting upset with you when you don't argue, when you don't interject, and I'm talking about the guests themselves.
That's so weird, yeah. But then
they want to have the combat with you.
But the people that watch,
they're like, why?
It's mad. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
but you don't care. Yeah,
no,
like, you never gave her that.
No, but my thing is about what we just talked about before when we was on camera. Is it possible for overnight success to level up fast enough?
What you mean over? Because
we're not an overnight success, right? The thing about the people who really think about 21 Savage, how he said that he put his thing out, his records out, or his song out, and he teamed up with my mixtapes, and it just blew up. You know what I'm saying? Look at Migos when they put the Versace out with Drake. You know what I'm saying? It didn't generate a whole lot of money. Look at Block Boy JB.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There are people that have come out of nowhere, and knowing what we know and facing the hurdles that we're facing, and we're planning it out. I just want to be like, how can somebody go from an overnight success and be prepared to freaking level up? Just like you just told Ghost, we in the league now, right? And we're talking about leveling up. And we're trying to figure it out. But what if this shit just would have went down and we would have got 99,000 subscribers in the first 2 months that we was on? Would we have been prepared for that success?
I think because of our age and what we've gone through as grown men, we'd be able to adjust a little bit better than dudes who are considered overnight success. I consider them a person that comes out of nowhere. The terminology, and I know this is specific, is a one-hit wonder. Like
but even an overnight success, we don't even have to limit it to music.
Yeah,
how about a dude just drops a clothing line? Somebody that gets a role. Look at Makai. What was his name? Makai Pfeiffer.
Pfeiffer?
Yeah, he went with his man to a reading. For a movie, and because he was there, they just told. Because he had went with his man, he just went in and tried for the reading, and he got the movie Clockers.
Yeah.
And he never acted, never thought about doing it, nothing. Are you truly prepared for that? How many people can be prepared for that? Because I'm going to keep it real. Age, to me, has nothing to do with being prepared for that. You could be a 45-year-old man and be trying to sell dishwashers and they just bang off and you're not financially prepared. You don't have a business structure set up. You don't know the people. You don't have your manufacturing set up. You ain't think that these motherfuckers was going to want to buy 100,000 of these things.
Yeah, and you're finished. The moment 100,000 orders come in, you can't fulfill
those. It's like the Haktua girl.
Yeah.
She was prepared.
No, she wasn't.
No, she wasn't prepared.
No. And then somebody else running all this shit. Then she got the coin going, popping, and now she's in she's in big ass fucking legal trouble and shit off of this coin.
What happened was
because you're not prepared. Somebody else running your shit.
Yeah. What happened was when the dude did the interview with her, right? She asked for the interview not to be out. Dude just disregarded her, put it out. Then everything happened overnight. So the deals, everything rushed to her face. That's the definition of an overnight success.
But that's what I'm saying. So she wasn't prepared, y'all saying.
Nah,
this
not
is
at all.
So
tornado.
So when the people come in, I can do this for you, I can do that for you. You go with the right. You don't go with the right people.
Yeah, her life changed immediately.
She's caught up.
But the terminology overnight success does not exist to me, because when they use the terminology overnight success, it's somebody who's been getting it out the mud for years, and then when it hits, they're able
the majority of the time.
Yeah, the majority. You're right.
But you will have a couple of people that will get lucky.
Yes.
You will have a couple that will slip through the cracks and bump into the right person and get lucky. Just look at Nas, not with his music, with his investing.
Yeah.
The dude that made him rich was a fan. He went to a show, he said, give me that $5,000 and let me show you what that $5,000 could do for you. He fell into that. But the part of falling in was taking his craft seriously in the studio, becoming the best rapper that he could be, working on his shows, and being receptive, being a hood nigga from Queensbridge, and being receptive to this white boy and trusting him enough, smart enough to give him his money.
Not being scared to lose. Not being scared to
lose.
That's a big one. A lot of people are scared to lose. A lot of people hate hearing the word no. A lot of people don't know how to deal with rejection, and I want to still stay on that topic, but go into the rejection part, because one of the best interviews I've seen so far this year is the one with Jesus Christ, I forgot the gentleman's name already. He played Falcon.
Oh, yeah. You talking about the most recent one?
Yes, on the
black
pivot.
guy.
Yeah,
I call him Papa Doc.
Call him Papa Doc. What is
He's
this?
Captain America.
Yes.
I know what you're saying.
Yo, that interview.
Success was given. Did you agree with him?
To a certain extent.
I didn't agree with him at all, but I understand his philosophy and outlook, and people are going to go with his philosophy because he's been around for 23 years and nobody never said this before.
You know why he's saying that? Because of how they changed the storyline to make him one of the faces of the movie.
And they stigmatize. They don't fuck. I don't even really fuck with him as Captain America either. I don't.
Yeah, a lot of people don't.
But you watch the movie, it's like, okay, cool. Like I gotta give it up to him, and you gotta respect
because
it.
When you watch the whole interview,
he's doing good. He
was breaking down like generations of black actors. He's like, every generations you have your 4, and then it switches over. There's another 4. He's like, remember Derek Luke? Where he at? Remember this guy, Mekhi Phifer, where he at? Omar Epps came in this range. So now he's he really went in depth about it.
But I want to say something. The niggas you named aren't like superb actors that we would think that they would be around, that they are generational. Were they generational talents? Were they a Denzel? You feel what I'm saying?
He spoke about Denzel.
Should they have been around this long? But let me address the part about the earned part.
Yeah.
The earned is the work you're doing before they see you and bless you. You're not just being blessed because you're there at the right time.
I don't know. Fuck Ice Cube, son.
What about him? No, you can't use him. Ice Cube. Ice Cube did the work. We're talking about giving. Ice Cube did the work.
But he was
so
given.
You get to skip it up.
But he was given.
That's like Bronny. LeBron James did the work. So he earns the right to bring somebody on.
Let me add this to you. You seen what happened to Melo's son?
What happened?
He didn't make the McDonald's All-American. And he's the #1 player in New York. So it goes back to given and earn. Even Melo said it. This is the first time ever the #1 player in New York never made the McDonald's All-American. And he said it based on his personality and how he behaved in the NBA. They're penalizing his son for that.
I think it's another agenda to kind of get New York the fuck out of here in the world. I think there's like another agenda.
How about this agenda? We already let one nigga just do this shit.
Yo. But
we not going, bro. As much.
Who's the All-American though? Who is it?
Nobody from New York.
But is he white? Is he black?
No, he's black. It's Carmelo's son.
Carmelo's son.
No, he's who made the All-American.
No, it's
all states.
14. It's a bunch of kids. It's a bunch of kids. That's the top.
But Esso, as a basketball,
and they playing in Brooklyn. They playing it at the Barclay.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and so as a former basketball player, and you are still ingrained in this sports world, in the basketball world, salutes to you and Rod Strickland on a new venture on the show. That is ridiculous not to have the #1 New York player.
But I'm gonna say something to you, and I told
politics.
I told Rod.
I agree.
I told Rod I was gonna say this on TV. Because we had to talk about Bronny. And I was like, Bronny shouldn't have got drafted. And Rod said, Bronny's a pro. And I said, Rod, you just saying that because of Bron. I said, Rod, this was yesterday at Dumbo House. I said, Rod, you just saying that. He said, no, I'm not. He said, I don't have no favoritism. I said, if you look at him, he said he knows the game. He said his senior year, he averaged 14 points a game. I didn't know that. I was like, he averaged 4 points a game. But and I'm going to say this.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go against one of the greatest point guards of all time. telling me Bronny's
we gotta ask Rod about like Leaky. Like what's going like, you know what I'm saying?
But what you mean?
Leaky didn't come from a basketball structure.
Mm-hmm.
He played in college before. He didn't get his fame from college basketball. He got his fame from park ball. The only person that has done that has been Rafer Alston. And Rafer has had a lot of stuff. Rafer's been in the system since we were kids. No,
what I'm saying,
since we were children, before I even was playing basketball, I was still a baseball and football player. Rafer was known in the city. Rafer was already with Young Life, coming to play ball with Kareem Reed in the Bronx, being ranked in the country. His coach, Niclario, is a world-renowned high school basketball coach. He used to live with Ron Niclario.
So he was given.
All right?
Like,
he was not. No, listen. He was not given his talent. He went on that. No. He went, but this is what I'm saying. The reason why Ron Niclario believed in Rafer Alston, because Rafer was out there putting up work. He was putting in work, and he said, okay, you're the one that I'm going to take because you're putting in the work. Yes, I'm going to bless you, but if you're not putting in that work every day, Rafer had the ball with him every day. He dribbled the basketball everywhere.
But let me say this. I think the word, I forgot the nigga's name. The actor. I can't believe Anthony
Mackie.
Anthony Mackie. Thank you. When he says given, I think he needs to transmute that into relationship. And that's the key.
Nah, but even if you can have a relationship,
no,
they don't give you the opportunity.
But within a relationship, people are monitoring to see, because you're only going to be with people that you feel you're cool with, that can help have your back and help accelerate your life. I don't want to say this because this is not fair, but certain things happen right now because we were being watched for over a year.
Yeah, no, you gotta put the work in.
I'm being specific.
Exactly, 2 years.
2 years.
Okay, and that's the example. And that's the example. If it was really about giving, when they came, it
would have been right away.
We would have got it.
We would have got it.
He could look at that. Mr. Mackie could look at that and say, although the people might come back, it's still giving. But I'm not gonna look at it like that because look at all the work we put in.
Mm-hmm.
We put in mad work. So if somebody comes and gives me a deal right now, bro, my success was not given. My success was taken and earned.
Worked the fuck.
But think about this. And plus, when people don't know your story, they're always going to assume it's luck. And that's why I always say a great storyline helps catapult greatness.
But Anthony Mackie's no slouch. He worked.
No, what I'm saying is...
That's why I'm so confused, guys.
No, I agree with
you. He been out since She Hate Me, nigga.
Yeah.
Nigga, Papa Doc, nigga.
No, I know that. But there's you got to understand. There's a generation of people that will never know Papa Doc. You know, there's 22-year-olds, they weren't alive when that movie came out.
Yeah, they only know Falcon and Captain America.
There you go. So when they see him, it's Captain America. They just think he came out of nowhere. Think about this. When we was on My Expert Opinion, what's the first thing they were saying? These niggas came out of nowhere. Sure. Then, when they found out we all have a resume independent of each other, what happened? They got mad. How dare it be real?
Sure.
Shit. When people don't know your story, they just assume you came out of nowhere. And then they got to do their research. Mad niggas came up to us. I had to do my research on you guys. Oh my God, I didn't even know. Oh my God, Esso, just your music year in 2011 is greater than any other nigga since going. And that was his worst year. You know, but to go back to the one overnight success, can people truly be prepared for success, man? It's tough. I think you got to have the right people in your corner. Like a person like you can prepare niggas for success.
But I'm not around an overnight nigga.
No, what I'm saying is,
but I'm saying that's the problem. The overnight nigga isn't around somebody like me. The overnight nigga is with a whole bunch of stupid ass, dumbass niggas doing some shit, and then it comes out and they're like, oh shit, I don't know what to do. Back in the days, the overnight nigga, Chris Lighty would find him.
Yup, he would.
The other manager would say, I'm gonna manage you with Chris Lighty. That's how it would go. Benny Medina.
Yeah.
They're going to look for Wayne Barrow. You know what I'm saying?
I want to know, but like how acts like Keisha Cole, like how she got like where, like how did somebody like, yo, you know what I'm saying?
They said she was in the studio all the time.
All the time.
They tell this mysterious Tupac story and they use that. See, I know the music business, so.
But like certain acts like that, like.
What you mean?
Because I feel like I act like Keisha Cole.
Because I like those like Keisha Cole, like Mary J. Blige story. I think Keisha Cole, Mary J. Blige is a similar kind of story to me.
Why you say that?
No, but I'm saying like
music,
singers like that. We don't have those no more. Really, we don't.
I mean,
from the hood.
From the hood.
A lot of hood people can't sing.
I feel like that's the next wave that's gonna
hold
back.
on. I swear to God, we need to shoot an offshoot of Esso listening to bum ass R&B niggas.
No, don't do that.
Yo, he would see because the whining.
R&B niggas send music too. I found
an artist.
R&B niggas.
A female.
Yeah.
18. Beautiful too.
Yeah.
She hood. See, that's the next wave. They
need a hood
because Honey Baby was dope, but she's like
too polished now.
I don't know. It's something there. That's
her lyrics are hood, but her appearance isn't hood. She's gorgeous. Like I'm not gonna say gorgeous, but I'm gonna say she's fucking.
She's pristine when you.
She's pristine.
But you know who else got pristine?
But I don't want to say Mary wasn't right.
Like Coco Jones. Kind of, but she's too like
goody.
Yeah. You need,
but she has the style with the jeans and the belt.
But it's like, damn, you need a.
But we
it was had it, and then she just out of here now.
That was just like, she ain't have gone. She never really had a record, and I'm saying that because that one record was cool.
That one album,
but
one album.
I know, but the one record.
Who you talking about?
That one song, Coco Jones.
Coco
Jones. I'm talking about Coco Jones. The thing about Mary, Coco Jones could have did it. You know why? Because she's pretty, but she's not like over the top, too ravishing, right? And she got a nice figure.
Yeah, like I see her new shit. She's doing more sexy shit.
But she don't need to see. She don't need sexy.
You don't think
so? We already know you with Donovan. Come on, you with NBA money. We don't look at you as sexy. You're pretty, right? But she could have that. I'm just gonna say that she could have that style. Although this style's not out, but how Mary made you feel with the jeans and the high boots, like she could be the girl around the corner for real. I don't feel. Go on.
No, the money shit is just tricky because I was sent the Glorilla video that's going viral that resurfaced.
Which one?
With her in the studio.
The old way she looked with her girlfriend and all that.
They sent it to me. And they like, what you think of this video? I'm like, they all look like they're Glorilla's second cousin. I didn't even know that was her.
I'm not even talking about rap. I'm just talking about R&B.
No, listen to what I'm saying. I'm going with this. Yeah. When you get that money, especially with women historically will always be judged on their looks. And women are always really anal about how they're perceived on camera and how they look in that mirror. So when that money's coming in, they're going to adjust everything in real time. They're fixing their
These girls is upgrading faster than Mary.
There you go.
I just thought you.
There you go.
You bought it to me. That's the difference.
That's the difference.
The Honey Baby, because she's still young. She don't got a record, but she's out. She's getting that money. And when you look at Honey, I'm getting chills on my heart. I looked at Honey. I said, God damn this bitch look like money.
Yeah, fast.
That it might not seem fast to her, but in that spotlight of where you came from and when you was moving, you look like serious business right now.
They get money though. Like
Who you talking about?
we went to a party. Kalani was there.
Mm-hmm.
She looks like a regular hood chick from the block at the party.
Okay.
But then you go to her show, nigga, it's Chris Brown level, nigga. It's not a fucking game.
Yeah, I mean, people be having their downtime. I think there's times people are like, oh, they got.
But I'm saying like that. Her being in the club regular. Mm-hmm. Gets her more popping to me than when she's like, you know what I'm saying?
That's what you said.
With the niggas fuck with her because
she's
in
relatable.
The club, we
she's
chilling.
Relatable.
The white people fuck with her because on that stage, she's a fucking performer.
She's performing, but when she's down here, she fuck your butt. I'ma say, honey, baby, she's down to earth.
Yeah,
but she might not have them, but she will have sweatpants on. I don't think she's gonna go out in the club with sweatpants on, but. She is a relatable type of person. I think that's because of her, because she's like that, on that stage, she's not thinking when she's talking shit to the crowd. That's who she really is. Mm-hmm. So she can get away with that shit. But out here right now, it's just people don't know how to be themselves. They don't know what that is anymore. Themselves is who they look on. Yo, Esso screaming on niggas on camera. I'm screaming on niggas now too.
Yep.
I'm gonna try that. Oh, he let his hair grow. I'm gonna grow my hair too because he might know where it's going. Yo, he's selling merch. I'm gonna sell merch too. You wanna do a sports show? I'm gonna do a sports show too. That's how they think. Because when you're moving in a direction, nobody wants to take a chance no more, Ghost. That's that shit that we just talked about. It spending money was the whole part of blowing up was what? Got to take a chance.
Speaking of blowing up and shit, hold on. This tweet, I'm a little lost. Can somebody tell me what the goal of being an independent artist is?
Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah. Because all the things that people are chasing is shit major artists do. What's the thing that indie artists do that make it special?
They don't understand what he's trying to say. They tearing him up because he's speaking a different language. Mm-hmm. Like when I was on My Expert Opinion and I would argue and niggas didn't know and now niggas know. I was speaking French to niggas. So when you speaking French to niggas and you got a whole bunch of niggas from Spain.
But even LaRussell commented like.
Of course he's going to comment.
He's going to be the number one nigga. He
has to comment.
What are you talking about?
He has to comment. You know what I'm saying? He's independent. Me being an independent company right now, if I was never with a major, I would be tight too. Because I wouldn't not understand what the fuck he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Everything that he's saying is built around what you see a major artist do. And I'm going to take us back to My Expert Opinion. My famous argument with him about, and you love him. That's the same premise. You like these niggas, right? You like these niggas, right? All y'all niggas is following these niggas, right? Essentially, you're doing this because you can't be that. There's a LaRussell. It ain't too many LaRussells that when you're from the Bay, that's their thing. It's ingrained. So he can look at it differently. Every independent nigga in New York, yo, look at me when I say this, Ghost, because I see you on your phone. Every nigga, no, I want you to look at me. Every independent nigga in New York, you're not independent. You're just unsigned, but they think they're independent. They have no budget. They want to be signed to a major.
Yeah,
that's their ultimate goal. LaRussell, I don't think that's his goal.
No, I don't think
he's gonna rape the major.
He doesn't give a fuck.
He doesn't want to be.
He will perform for 5 niggas for fucking.
He's an anomaly
right there. He don't give a fuck.
He's an anomaly, and that's why Jermaine Dupri's not talking about LaRussell.
He's not talking about
He's talking about the niggas who we're talking about.
Yeah.
If you're really independent, who are you really aspiring to be?
You know what these artists are that say they don't want to be on a label? It's the nigga that seen the pretty chick walking down the street. They hollered. She turned them down. He's like, fuck you, bitch.
Yes.
You wasn't good looking anyway.
Exactly.
But if she said, I'll give you a chance, I was tripping, shorty.
The label don't want him. Don't want him.
Yo, Esso told me a famous quote, but I want you to say it. And you gonna finish it. Remember how niggas said, yo, I just had a meeting. They thinking about signing me? What would you respond to that?
If they was gonna sign you, they wouldn't let you out the building.
Boom! Yo, when he said that said? He said,
ain't nobody thinking about signing you, nigga, other than signing you or they're not.
That's what said. They go to the accountant, they show you the bank account, they wire the money right there.
Niggas would be like, what? They're thinking about signing me. Who?
Yo, Ghost, I started rolling. He said, nobody ever thinks. They have the lawyer in one department. They already got the marketing in one department.
The lawyer is in the building.
Yeah.
He's right downstairs.
He said, I've never seen him let a nigga leave.
The other label is right there.
No, like if I don't have to think about signing you, nigga. Like if I wanted to sign you, I will. When I'm not thinking about it.
I'm backing it.
Most of the time, if they let you out the building, they don't call you back. That's just what it is. Like they're not gonna call you back unless you know what you gotta do. Be on that radio, be streaming, making your own money, and then they're gonna come and give you more money that you can make in 10 years. That's why people say, are you really mad at the label? If you want to protect yourself, all you have to do is keep reinvesting into yourself. When niggas get big and they blow up, they just let everybody else pay. You know what I'm saying? I'm not giving this, nigga, I'm getting 200,000, I'm getting 90,000, I'm getting 50,000, and my ass is gonna say, yo, Ghost, give me 10,000. For what, Esso? Because, yo, we need to pay so-and-so, and we need to talk to so-and-so, we need to buy so-and-so dinner. You're gonna be like, but I'm the biggest nigga in the world. Why am I gonna do that? And I'm gonna tell you why you're gonna do it, because I'm gonna say, don't you want to stay the biggest nigga in the world?
That's why you need a label, because they'll just allot it to your budget. You won't even know. You won't even know you paid for this.
Yeah, of course. But you know, over the years, because so many people want to be in the music business, they want to be an artist or some level of importance in this entertainment shit, and they haven't found a way to be on major radio, major labels. That's why I never, when I was doing everything on the internet, and I used to tell Esso this, I hated when niggas said I'm a radio personality.
Yeah, because we're not radio.
No. But then the follow-up question, what station are you on? Yo, bro, I would turn my face. www.
But that's just like people saying they streamers and they doing a podcast or something like that. Like they don't. It's totally different levels.
But everybody in their world want to have a separation with other worlds to give that level of importance and audacity. It's just like I'm an A&R. That shit don't matter no more. Everything is blending together.
I want to be an A&R.
It matters if you're a real one.
I want to be an A&R, like a real A&R.
Interesting.
But it matters if you're a real one. If people really want to be a real A&R, you got to break an artist. Everybody asks.
I don't want to break nobody.
Everybody asks, but you don't even. Like,
I just want an A&R project.
But niggas don't know how to break an artist.
You don't have to. Let me rephrase this. You don't have to break an artist, but you have to be involved with getting your artist that deal. And if they like the music, because everybody knows that every artist isn't gonna make it. All right. So if Bass goes, say boom, for example, with the singer, right? Already got the dude that got the money. So like I told everybody, we're gonna be paying. Like I told everybody else that they gotta be paying. I'm gonna be paying the platforms to get them the rapping platforms. I'm not capping. I'm doing everything I tell y'all to do. Right?
Marketing budget.
I'm gonna market it. Right? I got the dude that's gonna give me the money to market it. You know what I'm saying? I got my DJ friends that's gonna play it. You know what I'm saying? I got a producer. I got a dude that works at Sweet Chick that's a songwriter. So when I come and I move, when I'm coming to the label, I'm the nigga that they want to give a job to.
Yeah.
Because I'm showing up saying, and I got the dude that's gonna shoot my videos.
You got the package already.
I got everything. So now it's like, where you been all my life? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm coming in with quality, everything. Okay, this is dope, but don't let him out the building. Because he is with the cameraman, videographer.
And you coming with speed along with the quality.
And I'm coming with a different mentality that I want to be faster than you.
Yeah.
You at the record label, you gonna have to catch me. Because once I leave the studio, I'm going right to Clue, I'm going right to Kev, and I'm going right to Greg Street. Straight up. And I'll fuck around and send them shit right to Flex. Straight up. Who gonna beat me? Who gonna beat me? You cannot beat me if I wanted to do the music for real. And now you inside the content space. That's how you put your stuff together. You say, yo, I'm gonna rock with these dudes, and I'm gonna make sure these dudes get paid because they come from a community that people don't want to pay us. They're learning. You're welcome. You're welcome.
And this is why you need to pay the $47 a month for the Esso University right there.
You're welcome. Because y'all niggas is getting paid because of me.
Yup, that's a fact.
I forced it, nigga. Nigga, nobody was thinking about that. Get paid off your YouTube. Get paid off the other. No, nigga, these niggas got to pay me. All right? You're welcome. You pay the same community that you come from.
But you know what you started inadvertently?
What?
You gave a lot of people ways to get paid, but now they're feeling entitled to get paid just to throw bullshit. People send inquiries to us to be a part of our crew. And then the demands be ridiculous. So I need a first class flight wherever y'all go. And then I don't want to. He's laughing. Yo, my nigga, the shit niggas.
To be a part of what?
No, yo.
Yo, I wanted to finish my thought about the talent thing.
Wait.
I'm gonna answer
this shit
that.
crazy,
I'm gonna answer it. It's wild. I'm gonna answer it, but let me just say this thing about the community. I want to give the money back to the community. I got that theory from DJ Khaled.
Yeah.
When DJ Khaled was launching his records and everything, he's a DJ. He made sure the DJs were taken care of in any legal way he could. Whether it was putting them on parties, whether it was making sure that they had the music out first, if they were dropping their fucking mixtapes, if he had an event, making sure they DJ the event that he's on, state to state. Yo, if you got me an event, Rock Nation in fucking West Bubbafuck, my man is the DJ in West Bubbafuck, he's on it. He gotta be. That's how I'm paying my niggas back. I'm showing you love and you get to promote yourself. That's what we're gonna do with that community. Now, what he's talking about as far as launching stuff, what he's talking about is people are coming into our DMs and asking us for shit. Per se, I'm gonna give an off-brand example. I want to be your driver.
Okay.
Okay. I'm like, okay, well, what you want?
That's asking for you to pay. For him to drive.
Look, yeah, but I'm like, I never asked you for a driver.
Yeah, you never needed a driver.
I never needed a driver, right?
You came to me.
So I'm figuring, I'm figuring you want to drive me around because you know I'm important. Yeah. And you're investing into yourself. So when people be like, yo, this nigga rolling with a driver, yo, S, you on a level of a driver, yeah, the nigga's affordable, the nigga nice, fuck with him. Boom.
That's how it goes.
Now, wait, hold on. Now, what the driver has to realize is, if he doesn't have two cars, you know who's left without a driver? Me. Right? But I got my worth because you drove me for so long.
Yeah.
Until you got your opportunity.
We good.
Motherfuckers is calling me saying, yo, bro.
It's hilarious.
I want to be your driver, bro.
Okay.
But you live in Jersey, so I need you to put, $30 for the tolls so I can come get you.
Okay.
And I need you to put $30 more in my gas tank, $40 more. And if you could slide me lunch.
I'll just drive myself.
There you go.
And that's what Esso has started now. Because,
what the fuck is that?
Niggas calling me.
Yo, the calls we're getting is ridiculous.
Bro, I want to be your photographer.
Oh, my God.
Yo, real talk. You do? Word. I don't really need a photographer because niggas take the pictures I'm taking is good enough. You know what I'm saying? Boom. And I know Sharif, right? My man is killing everything right now. You know what I mean? So if I really needed somebody, I would call him. And he would probably charge me what y'all new niggas is trying to charge me. You know what I'm saying?
With no resume.
Yeah, but I'm not asking for this. So I'm figuring, niggas want an opportunity because they know we around famous niggas. Mm-hmm. Yo, if you know the picture game, you can make a grip just off of being with me.
Mm-hmm.
And not only you don't have to go to the club, you in close confines with niggas. You can have Master P do a fucking photo shoot, nigga.
Easy.
And you
do it.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yo, this is my cameraman.
Listen, I was in when I was in Barcelona just now. Dizza was there. If I didn't have to leave the next day, I would have shot a Dizza video because he just asked me straight up, like, "Yo, you here?" I'm leaving in the morning.
You know what that's called? What Anthony Mackie said. It was given to you, right?
What? No, but I'm saying I was in there for something totally different. I wasn't there for that.
Look at that opportunity, though.
Yeah,
but was that given to you, or that's because you have a relationship?
That's relationship.
That's time. That's what I'm saying.
Earned.
And we see Dizza all the time.
But niggas don't know that, though.
But that's earned. That's earned. That's why I say it's earned, because it's over time. It's your standards. It's if you're a given nature. It's your work. It's your relationship.
Your reputation.
It's how you do the sound. It's your vibe. I fuck with him. All of that is earned. You know what I'm saying? You earning it. That's why I'm gonna give it to you. Boom, You earned it.
And I
nigga.
trust you, because guess what happens? Ghost. Guess what happens too?
Work ethic.
That's the biggest thing.
Ethic.
And the biggest thing. You know what I was taught when I went to school?
You earn trust.
Being able to troubleshoot.
No, that's the first.
No,
rule.
I know that.
And when you go to engineering school,
yes, I know that.
That's the first rule they teach you.
Troublemaking.
Fixing problems, period.
And here's the thing. When it comes to space ghosts, I don't got to worry about nigga shit. Remember when I said other niggas can't do what you do? Since that time, have niggas figured it out?
No, they haven't.
Nigga shit. All of us, even though we be having our own conflicts and we have our own ideology, when we're in sync, we fix problems. And we fix them fast. And that's one of our biggest skill sets.
Nigga, we shooting a whole episode because we got canceled on last minute in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
You gotta adjust.
You know how much shit he gotta do today? Fuck my schedule. He just came off the plane.
Yeah, you gotta adjust. You gotta make it happen. I mean, I think that wherewithal, being able to face different things and keep it pumping, I think that's important to anybody in life or business. I think people really stunt themselves because we get bogged down. It's happened to me. I've been depressed and not realized that I'm depressed and walking around in a freaking haze and not getting things done and not doing what I'm supposed to do. It could happen to anybody. And that's why I speak on this type of things. Like, you never know what somebody's gonna go through. But being able to pick yourself up and to try to figure out, y'all gotta start planning and thinking. Us black people, we do a lot of reacting. We gotta sit down and be emotionally, emotionally secure, emotionally mature.
Invested.
You know what I'm saying? I even had to work on being emotionally mature because every reaction was like, if I didn't like it, you grow up in South Jamaica, Queens, you gotta say something. And it's loud. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? I learned that. You really don't have to. You can learn the lesson and go back and think and put thought to it and win. That's all we did. When we faced all types of adversity, all we did was think and give plans and shoot and put a template down and say, this is what we need to do now. This is we got to get this and we got to get that. Who we gonna call? We say, yo, we a company. We a business. We had to pick and choose what we was going to do to try to get us ahead. Our people don't be planning. I remember calling him years ago during COVID that one of the biggest arguments we've ever had in our entire natural life was when I said, what's your plan? Huge argument. What you mean plan? Plan, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I said, that's not a plan. We wound up banging the phone on each other. I'm waking my mother up in the middle of the night. It was a huge argument. And then we had to come back and regroup. And I had to approach him and say, yo, bro, we got to have a plan to succeed. And for some reason, I don't know why everybody thinks that they're just going to work and things are just going to occur for them. You have to have a plan and a structure to flow by. Even y'all, when y'all selling drugs, it's a plan. We're going to put the testers out. We got to get this shit cheap as possible. Who going to cook it? Who going to bag it? Who getting the gloves and all the rest of that type of stuff? What pots, what crib are we using? Who's getting the trap house? It's all a plan. Son gonna put the testers out. You gonna hold it down. You gonna be on one corner. You got the burner on the next corner. You in the car. It's all a plan. You know what I'm saying? Put the testers out. Tell niggas where they can get it at, and we taking this shit over. They don't just go over there and take it over on Monday.
How do you know when you overshot like how you named your price and it might have been too high, but you really wanted to do the job or something?
How do you what?
Like, let's say you talking to somebody and they want you to do something. And you name a price.
5,000.
Hey, that's a perfect number. You say a price. And they be like, but you really fuck with him and you want to give him a deal. But you want that price. And you know they got it. You know they can do it, but...
Oh, they got it? See,
you added way too many variables.
You added dynamic.
Yeah. First of all...
But it's like an equal opportunity thing.
You sound like you dealing with niggas.
Oh, that ain't niggas shit.
Yo, Ghost. When Esso had his business brunch, right? I'm going to be very careful with this comment, but he said, I'm shifting this way because this is how y'all behave versus how they behave. So when you're giving these examples, this doesn't sound like white people.
No, but all right, here's the thing. But here's the thing. Like, you name something or you say something and the person has to negotiate, right? So it's like whoever speaks first. You know that whoever speaks first is the loser, nigga? So like you never speak. And like both of y'all are just like on this stalemate.
I always speak first.
The most dangerous thing you can ever have in a negotiation, and I learned this from the TV show Peaky Blinders, because they do negotiations based on life and death, is if Esso gives me a price, and I say okay, that's not how a negotiation goes, bro.
Yeah.
You're supposed to give a counter offer back.
Counter offer, yeah, of course.
But I got 3 in my budget.
Yeah, you know but then we work a way to really agree on a specific number. But when a nigga agrees, that's the most dangerous negotiation you could ever
really
be.
agrees. I'm saying if the nigga's like,
all right, if he had said yes to your number.
Let me think about it. He basically on some, he don't give you no answer. He's just like,
If he's not giving you an answer, he's looking for an alternative. He might think you're robbing him. He might think he can get it for better.
Looking for options.
Yes.
Okay.
There's been times niggas gave me a number on certain shit that he didn't know about. I'm like, no. That don't sound right. Give me a day or two. And he'd be like, that's nigga shit. If we could get it done now, we could get it done now. I'm like, yo, Esso, I went through this already. He's like, yo, I don't do dirty nigga shit. This is a back and forth thing. But you got to figure it out in a short amount of time.
I don't go back and forth like that.
But even still, it's like, I want to be like, let me lower it to this. And then just get it.
I would just ask.
Because I know he'll do it, but then I'd be like, nah, let's see if he's gonna.
See, if you was a student in my university,
let's go. April 3rd, sign up.
I would tell you to grab the bull by the horns and just say, what price is $5,000 too much, and what price works for you? What did you have in your budget? I would have said that to him right there when he said,
See, I needed that question. That question didn't come to me. That's a good question.
That's standard.
That's a good question.
When somebody paid that $47.
No, but they asked you though.
That's the game.
But this is what
that's the game.
I'm telling you.
And then they be like, I need this.
$5,000. and as soon as you give me the air like it's too much, I'm gonna say, what's up? What was in your budget? What were you thinking?
I'm not a manager.
I'm willing to work with you.
I want the 5.
I tell you that
no matter what.
I don't.
But I'm willing to work though. So I do need that.
You have a conflict of interest.
I need to say that.
I shouldn't say this.
What's in your budget is a good question.
I shouldn't say this.
But I've been shit with black niggas with that question. It's so I'd be like, hate that shit. I hate asking
I shouldn't say this on camera. But if you're spitting out $5,000, your target goal is $3,500 to $4,000. If you get the 5 that you're asking for, great.
God
Consider
bless
yourself lucky. But when you spit that out first, and if you're not in position to spit out $7,500 to get 5, don't do it. But that next line is always, well, what was you thinking? Because people do have budgets.
Oh, for sure.
And that's just really real. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something. but be very careful with this one. So I had negotiated a deal. They was trying to lowball this person. The deal was for 10. They wanted to give the person 6. I was like, that's not happening. They was like, can you please ask? I said, you're an idiot, but I'm gonna.
You asked her that?
Mm-hmm.
I would have never.
No.
I would have told them. She said no.
But what I did, I was like, yo.
I wouldn't even ask her.
You know why? The story evolved so crazy to the point that,
I know about the story.
No. I've cut out so much. It was gonna have. I don't even want to say these niggas' names. You know
can't
all these.
Say their names.
Don't say it. Just say the
So to the point, they was gonna have these 2 famous people call her phone. So sometimes when you doing a negotiation thing, are you okay with sacrificing the whole 5,000?
Yeah.
Or are you okay? But Esso said the 3,500 to 4,000 range. Are you okay with missing out on that?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Then there you go. There's your answer. If you're okay with missing 5,000, 4,000, and 3,500, even whether you want to do the work or not, then there's your answer.
I mean, as long as it's a payday that's worth your time. That's what this is about.
That's really what it is.
Ooh, that's your good shit.
That's why I just said the number, because it's like, this is gonna be a hard task. I could get it done, but it's gonna push it. So it's like I'm.
But sometimes too,
and if you
get what I'm saying?
go on,
sometimes you have to. People just hear a number. It's like I used to work with a lot of publicists, and 90% of them don't do shit. They just take your fucking money just to pay their rent. I'm just keeping it real. If you want some real good promo run, holla at BagFuel, holla at Esso. He'll get you lit. So I say that to say, when you're giving a number, these niggas, you have to think about, they probably been burnt by so many doo-doo motherfuckers.
No, they tell you that before they ask you what you need.
Yeah, this is what I'm gonna get it with. I still remember the day when we shot the interview and you weren't there. And Esso was like, why is there 4 niggas doing the sound? And it still came out fucked up. This is why you gotta get paid your money. There's troubleshooting, there's a standard. Now,
no, but that's why I give the price, because I had to think about it. Okay,
did you see?
I'm gonna bring
Here's
this
the
nigga.
difference.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do it.
Esso's not an explainer sometimes, unless he has to. I'll explain that shit. That's
I did.
Oh, then there you go. Then
I mean, listen. If it's worth if it's $5,000,
yeah,
and I need that for that, I'm just turning it down.
That's it.
That's all I do. But nah, I'm not coming. People be so shocked.
You ain't never been a hoe for this shit.
Yeah, people be so shocked. Yo, I will cancel on a nigga and be like, nah, I'm not doing that.
I done seen, I remember
it just be that stalemate. I'd be like, God damn.
Nah, nigga,
I don't want to speak
told
first.
me.
I don't like to speak first shit.
I understand.
I'm such a manager. I'm such a manager. I know niggas not used to it. Yo, a nigga was supposed to give me a deposit. He told me, like, say it was February 3rd, right?
Mm-hmm.
I said, look on the calendar and see what date is February 3rd is. It's a Saturday. Niggas don't get paid on Saturday. So I hit this nigga. Yeah. Yo, bro, you sure you gonna have my money, my deposit on February 3rd? Mm-hmm. He said, yeah. I said, do you know that that's a Saturday? He said, it is. He said, oh, so maybe it'll be in sometime next week. I said, sometime next week is not what you told me. I said, I'm in California and my whole shit is patterned around me getting my deposit on February 3rd. So why don't you do this? I'm gonna take a whole nother date where they ready to give me a deposit that's right around your date and take me off your flyer. Nigga was like, what are you talking about? I said I'm gonna have it this week, during the week. I said, you also told me you was gonna have it on February 3rd. So if you don't have it on February 3rd, how the fuck am I supposed to know you're gonna have it next week? Get somebody else, bro. Be on time with your stuff. Eventually, he called me because he had the nerve to text me and be like, well, do you know somebody else I could book? I said, no.
I was there for that phone call.
I said, I don't know nobody else. I said,
he said that.
I said, no.
Because you like nigga shit.
No, listen. I said he was right there.
I was right there.
I said, no. I said, I don't know nobody else. I said, you called me for the job. I said, the only nigga I know that could take a job is Hynaken. You could DM him. He's the only nigga that I know.
Yeah, don't take some nigga shit.
Yep.
You like it when you owe him forever.
Not me. Don't owe me forever.
No, I ain't gonna front. They pay. I ain't have no issue collecting
Yo,
money.
This is your week. You not at your govenor's ball. None of that shit this week.
What you mean?
It's South by Southwest week over here.
Oh, you didn't hear?
there.
Hold on. First of all, it's already over.
His man don't fuck with me.
Second,
Second,
did you not see the article?
Yeah,
South by
they still
Southwest now has cut the music part. It's only gonna be a 2
That's
day.
next year. It started next year though.
Nigga,
This year
that's
still
because
good.
no. It's the music shit's done. It's been done. That year y'all came, I was like, this is not what it's supposed to look. They just said executive decision /
His man didn't want me in the club. His man didn't want me in the club. How y'all think that's gonna work out for y'all? That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in
slashed
my
that.
life.
You gotta figure out Texas anyway. Speaking of that,
Yeah, no, we gonna work that out. But
We coming, Houston. We on our motherfucking
Fucking-
way. So get ready, because BagFuel is coming to invade Houston, Texas, like we did LA. It's
you know
up.
what I think we should do? I'm gonna find a way to facilitate this. The
What?
next time we go to Cali, I think we
I'm
need.
going to Cali in June.
Yeah, we need
BET
to.
is June 9th.
Yeah, we need to go to Marathon Burger and hit the grill and cook on there.
They don't know me.
I'm not waiting 2 hours for them fucking.
They-
No,
burger,
I'm saying we going to cook on the
They
grill.
don't know me to be
Cooking on that
cooking
grill.
on no
Nigga,
grill.
trust me. I had 2 dreams about
Listen,
this, and when I had dreams, hey,
Listen, I don't want to take sides with anybody. in
oh well, that
Cali
makes
side.
sense. You're right.
I'm
Cali
neutral.
shit different.
I wear black, and I'm from South Jamaica, Queens. Okay, I don't want no problems.
Actually, you wear brown when you in Cali.
I don't want problems with no sets. I don't want no problems
Sexy
with
Red
no
just on the
bun.
grill.
Yeah, but she's a girl.
She's sexy red.
Yeah.
Sexy Red in a Crip burger joint is kind of crazy.
She's an artist. You know, street niggas.
They all over the place. Blueface got a crab shack.
Street niggas pick size. I said street niggas crip size. Street niggas pick size. You know that.
Ain't that the truth? They the most picking side
They
niggas.
the most picky side Z-ass niggas in the entire world. Fake ass code.
Speaking of Cali, Keefy D says they have no evidence on him. They're just keeping him in jail.
If
I
they're
mean,
doing,
was he thinking about that when he was popping all that shit beforehand?
yeah, when he was getting paid for all them interviews,
They don't have no evidence. He said they had no gun, they had no video, they got
So
nothing.
then who'd he piss off then? If they have no evidence to hold him, he
just hold
pissed
him.
someone off.
Fishy.
So he's either lying or he's trying to blow somebody's spot up. Who'd you piss off, KVD? That's the real question.
What do you think about the interviews from jail that people are doing? Like Casanova just did one with Gilly and Walla.
There's a big jail community. People they watch on the tablets.
Niggas just love jail niggas.
And I said this. There's a new subculture happening on YouTube where it's the criminal and the jail culture. They do a lot of views. There's niggas that talk about how they cook hamburgers and kill
How you feel
guards.
about like podcasting? Like just
That's what
going
I'm
there?
talking about.
They
It's
just
a
want to tap into
But
that.
he said, how do you feel about it? Not
Yeah.
what it is.
No, I mean, when I first started doing media, I always knew anything that's popular, it's gonna evolve and people are gonna go into it.
So how do you feel about that?
I don't care. It's natural. It doesn't matter. There's niggas who don't care about cooking or food that have a restaurant.
You know I don't give a fuck about that jail
Yeah, I don't
shit.
give a fuck.
I'm
I
not
don't
going
care.
in, I'm not going into the jail reviews, okay?
Yeah.
I'm cool.
Yeah, when something is popular and there's money involved, there are people who don't know
just
nothing
can't-
about music that want to be in music.
It's just hard for me to get deep down into that pause when I've been involved in that shit. I've been involved in that shit, and I should have never been involved in that
That's
shit.
life.
And how niggas do you in that shit, it's trash. So I'm not even talking to a jail. I'm not glorifying no jail nigga shit. I'm the nigga's worst nightmare. Because I done been there and I'm like, that shit trash. I don't give a fuck how much they try to make it to the kid, yo, be this, be that. They're capping. They the most 110% cap niggas in the entire world is jail niggas. They make you think they're all this and that in jail. If they was, they wouldn't be coming home fast. They be in jail.
Some of these niggas ain't coming home.
Those the jail niggas. Hey, those is the ones.
Tax just got caught up.
Yeah, he's a jail
nigga. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. Those the real jail niggas that he was having 25, 35 years and he's still smuggling shit in? That's a jail nigga.
He's committed.
All right? Stop. Yo, everybody gotta stop. Every nigga I know that come out of jail for real, they got a little bit of sense. A little bit. Just a little. Be like, I'm not going back.
Max B coming home soon.
I've been hearing that for 7 years, bro.
Stop saying
I've been hearing
that. November 6th.
Will you stop saying that? They had dates before.
Son, I've been hearing that for so long. Max B coming home is the equivalent of Jay-Z's gonna drop an album. Or
what do y'all think gonna happen? This is what I want to know. What's gonna happen? Everybody's so infatuated with Max B coming home. What they think is gonna happen? He's just gonna come out and he's gonna take the world by storm musically, like Tupac.
I'm gonna keep it real. Tupac is the only nigga that came out of jail and took the world by storm. If you think about it, every dude that came home from jail,
Biggie was went to jail too, right? That time before he got popped.
Nah.
Who?
No, Pac got jailed after he dropped album.
After he was already.
But think about it.
And Max B technically was out already.
Dirk.
All right, I'll give you Dirk when he got out, but
Meek,
okay. But you know, there might be.
Yo, you're still not wrong. That's 3 niggas.
It is 3.
You're still right.
3 niggas.
You don't even have to think about it. You're still right. It's only 3 niggas.
There might be different brackets of what we think
because none of them came out and turned up like
Pac.
Like Pac. They didn't do that. But what I'm saying is, what does everybody think? If we haven't learned from Bobby Shmurda that it's hard to go in the pen.
That's the example.
And look about Bobby Shmurda and Rowdy Rebel. You couldn't tell me
niggas wasn't hype.
No.
I was one of them.
Yo, you couldn't tell me. I was one of them. You couldn't tell me that Rowdy and Bobby wasn't going to take the world by storm. It was nothing you could have told me that tell me that they wasn't going to have a record that was going to take the world by storm.
There's no hope for Max B.
What is he going to do?
I don't know that.
No, just keep it honest.
Yo, listen, I can't say it's no hope for anybody. You know my theory about people dropping, like, they got this Will Smith and people tagging me on the Will Smith shit.
No. Did he? No, hold on. Did he tell you the story about what's about to happen?
Will Smith?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, you didn't get the phone?
They
called you? Big Sean called you? What happened?
No, the other shit.
Oh, no, he don't know.
Oh, he don't know. Oh, we gotta tell you off camera. It's up. It's up.
We sitting down with, so mad. Are we sitting down with Will? What's up? Jaden?
We gonna be there.
We gonna be there.
We not gonna sit down. Yeah, I'm going. I'm going.
You going?
I'm definitely gonna go.
Oh yeah.
Big Will, son.
Oh, we gonna give you the date.
Nigga Gangsters, man.
It's coming up.
It's coming up. It was so funny hearing the full. All right, we had just busted a check, right? I don't know. I always like when Esso just talks out loud because shit happens within 20 minutes. He like, yo, we having a good day. Boom, all these checks came in. He said, if we get another check, Lord, we going out to dinner to a fly restaurant.
I did.
Yo, within 10 minutes, boom! I'm talking about,
a nigga
shit.
cash at me.
I was like,
yeah, we out.
We went. I'm ordering food for 3 niggas. And that's only for me.
I wasn't even hungry. I had wonton soup.
Yeah, but we had to commit to the universe.
Yeah, commit.
Then we get the call. They're like, hey, this is about to happen. I said, word, all right, here's the play. You're going to do this, this, and this. This nigga.
I said, I'm not going.
This nigga pulled the car over. He started cursing. So what the fuck is wrong with you niggas? Y'all don't fucking understand.
Yeah, because everybody's mad. And I'm like, if I see Will, I'm going to say the same thing. Will, I would invest that time and that money into somebody else. For many reasons. It's not even, see,
I love this shit.
I'm not even
I know you being real.
I'm not even
slapping you.
I'm not even being, come on, fuck out of here. Pause. Fuck out of here. I'm not Chris Rock.
Okay. Yeah, that's funny.
Ain't no Chris Rockin' going on.
That shit, man, serious. You gotta stop, man. It's not that.
But anyway, I would tell him to his face, we need black people as executives back in the music business.
No, we do.
We need.
I think we desperately do.
We desperately. And who would be a better executive? Who's gonna turn Will Smith down? Nobody. This is my point. We don't need him as a rapper. You had your time. You even transcended from that time to one of the best actors. One of the best actors of all time was getting $20 million when $20 million wasn't even in style.
Will as an executive in music would be crazy.
Devastating.
So this
he'd know who to pick for a good actor, do all type of shit.
Yo,
he understands.
That's what I've been trying to say the whole time when we was in Cali. We don't need him rapping with Joyner Lucas and Big Sean. If he wanted to be if Joyner Lucas is the style of rapper that he could fuck with, he needs to be the executive with Eminem with Joyner Lucas. He needs to be the black guy making moves.
Can I give another perspective on this? Will Smith has been an A-type personality, let's just say since the mid-'80s. I don't know what he was as a kid. I think it's really tough for a person with an A-type personality to play the background, even if he's known. I'm just,
I'm going to say this.
They don't have to do shit.
He's not even playing the background.
He's just the face.
When Jay-Z was signing niggas, they still doing that. He's still the face. He's not in the background.
Jay-Z ain't at Rock Nation doing fucking...
in the
got a team.
Would Will Smith ever be in the back? When the artist walks in, niggas like, is Will with you?
Yeah, that's it.
Is Will
He'd
with
be
you?
like Jay-Z.
Yeah, when Neo and
just show him y'all
Rihanna,
fuck with your shit.
When
So
Jay-Z,
he just make the call.
Yes.
When Neo and Rihanna launched, Jay-Z was at everything for them.
So Will Smith needs to transition like Jay-Z did.
Yes.
That's really what it is.
But it's not even transition. It's make a splash into the music.
Like, I don't know why, because I know him and Michael B. Jordan got the I Am Legend shit popping, but I don't know why he didn't take Michael B. Jordan and just fucking
do what?
Get like him and Ryan Coogler, they got some shit, like take they shit and just super max it. And go stupid.
Maybe
he should be taking all of him. He should just take all these black niggas.
I would have took
and
all
super. Just do it.
We all just doing it together. We the new conglomerate.
Yeah.
Issa Rae,
Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan, Will Smith. Nigga, that's a fuck. Hollywood have been like, what the fuck are the black people doing?
Mm-hmm. What are they doing over there? What are they doing? Denzel, come fuck with us.
Yeah, that's it.
What are they doing?
So Denzel's son. Yo, John David.
Yo, come
on.
He's
a good actor too, man.
Nigga. No, he's a good director too, nigga.
Yeah, whatever.
You see that shit? No, his other son.
Oh shit.
It's just you
didn't see that shit?
It's the idea. It's the idea of the unity with the black people that scares the other people because we got so much talent. Mm-hmm. So if we could ever unify and get along and say, yo, imagine this in a perfect world. Nori calls and says, yo, Esso, come meet up with me, Gilly, Wallow, Joe. Yo, let's figure out how we all can.
I heard there's a group chat. There's a group chat though.
Yeah, we're not in it.
Math was in it. There's a group chat.
We're not in there. So the chat is trash.
That's funny. Because that's Math always accuses us of having this phantom group chat. Now
we used to chill.
I'm just saying. I know of the group chat. The Black Podcast, the group chat. I know.
I hate group chats, keep it frankly honest, so.
I'm going to say this. The chat is trash if we're not in it. And I'm going to move on.
Big facts.
Imagine if...
Add us to the chat.
Keep the chat.
Please.
Nah, I wouldn't be in there. Listen,
keep
talk
chat.
shit too.
Imagine. They would hate us in the chat. Anyway, that's probably why they said that. I would wake up like, what the fuck, yo? Like, y'all, that nigga's
like
crazy.
That shit, man.
And they be like, yo, this nigga don't even know us like that talking crazy in this chat.
Yo, that would be funny, though. Now that I think about it.
The white podcasters got a chat.
Of course.
You know that? Rory and Peter Rosenberg and all, they got a chat too.
Is Joe Rogan in it?
I don't know. No, he's not that level. They got that's a whole different chat.
That's a whole different. But back to what Esso was saying about us unifying and
no, I just said imagine if niggas say, yo, listen, we all gonna come together. Let's just take over the world. You bring in niggas who you want to put on, and I say, all right, I'm gonna take I'm going to take Drill Ferry. I'm going to take whoever. You know what I'm saying? A couple people that got platforms that we fuck with. Yeah, I got 5 niggas with me.
I brought up Drill Ferry the other day because it's something, and it was just like it was the white guy that I said. He was like, I don't know if I can promote like a bitch getting drilled. I was like, that's not what this is. I was like, yo, because just the name alone was like, wait, hold
It does
on.
when you drill fair. Like now that you think about it,
It could be a porn star.
That's a porn. That's a porn.
That
name.
was some porn bitch. I was like, no, that's not.
Yo, that would
That's
be
an
a
porno
porn name. The
name,
Drill Ferry.
The white guy automatically thought it was porn. He was like, I can't do the.
The Drill Ferry. That's an L porn name. I'm not going cap.
Yeah. Yo, so like off camera we were talking, and I always said how, you know, there's always some new upstart or an establishment that comes for the throne. People forever thought that YouTube would be the dominant thing, but currently right now someone's coming for their throne.
Who's that?
Spotify.
They told me Spotify is hanging on.
Nope.
Spotify about to go under.
They lost a lot of money
saying,
already. They,
What did they lose money on exactly?
paying Michelle Obama, Amy Schumer. They lost a lot of fucking money on the bullshit trying to go that Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
And all them.
Yeah.
They lost a lot of money on that.
They the reason why they got divorced. Meghan Markle and,
I'll say this.
and the husband, because they shit ain't generating no money. They thought they was gonna come over here and get rich.
Yeah.
I think the way they're trying to pull the little pivot move right now, if executed right, that could be something. It'll take about
They ain't
2.
broke. They fucking.
Send me a non-exclusive.
The shit they did with Cardi was crazy. I couldn't even get it on Apple Music until like a couple, like, that shit was crazy, bro.
I know that, but they're pivoting in a way to combat
Cardi Playboy
YouTube.
Cardi album. When he dropped it, it was like, oh, Spotify.
You like it?
No.
You like Playboy Cardi?
I like some records.
I liked
The beats are hard,
I liked
though.
one record.
The beats are hard, though.
I liked one record.
But I'm just saying,
I don't
because
like it. It's not for me.
Because the little talks I'm hearing
ever
and what they're
From
trying to
Playboy
do with their infrastructure right now, and I'm like, I've done this long enough to know. I'm like, if they got all their, you know, subscribers, and now they can just transition into that, it's already seamless in. That can help generate. They could put ads on what they're looking to do right there. That could be a
man. You gonna blow your thing up? Send us a check.
Yep.
Send us a check and let me go crazy.
Because you know, it takes forever to knock out a power horse like
You
that.
need people just need a new star.
It ain't gonna be YouTube.
Yo, listen.
They're not knocking out YouTube though.
You need a new star.
YouTube is the word library at this point.
You need a new star. You need a new fresh face. Spotify. Holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm working out. I'm in the gym. Look at my Instagram. I got muscles now. You know what I'm saying?
Bang, bang.
Yo, Isaac Hayes. I wanted to start with this.
Isaac Hayes Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were
What
scheduled.
about his platform? You gonna say?
No.
They reached out to us, so
No, let's sit that because he had a conversation about the '90s copyright and copyright termination is going in. Because we in the 35th year, so a lot of the '90s records are going to be up for termination of copyright.
So many people can use them.
Yeah, they can regain their publishing if you put in the termination letter at the right time.
Okay.
Which is like now, you can get your publishing back on older records.
If you're still alive.
If
or
you're
your family wants to do it, because he said he did it with his father and all that shit. He been getting that shit for years.
Can somebody beat you to the punch though?
No, if you sold your catalog, you might not even be able to do it.
He's saying it like it's easy. He must have the service that's doing it.
That's what that sound like.
It's not easy.
Maybe. Said check my
No,
DM.
we can ask him because we're
Get
just
a lawyer.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. But he's saying that people don't know, like Bobby Brown. Don't be cruel.
I want to have
like that.
him on our show.
No, for sure.
I got some questions for
it's already
for
in the
his
works.
streaming.
They said something with a lawsuit right now. Once the case is over, yeah, some case he got going on. So I spoke about that. Where the fuck you at? Nope.
But he just said it. A lot of the rap records are up for copyright termination, and we should be filing that shit and doing that shit.
I mean, in people's paperwork, after 12 years, they if they recoup, you got a 12-year revision. They should give you your shit. 12 years
After 12 years.
After it's earned. Yeah, 12-year revision is normally in your paperwork as a producer.
Yeah. Anthony Mackie's under fire for that interview too. Not the because he said masculinity is under attack.
I saw that.
It's a conservative effort.
And his sons
how did I know you were gonna bring this up?
No, because he didn't bash women. He didn't
bash women.
No, he didn't. He just said, "Yo, men need to be men." They went into also like men don't even have the confidence to know how to speak to women anymore. He's like the thrill, the excitement of knowing how to approach a girl and walk up to her and spit your game. All of that is done because dudes just be like, all right, I sent her a DM. If she with it, she with it. If it's not, it's not. And he's getting bashed for just saying men need to be men. Think about that. And a lot of...
I mean, let me ask you a question.
What's up,
What are you saying?
Who really cares about these people bashing? Like, do people really care about people bashing online about your real feelings?
No, but the problem with bashing is like an avalanche. Then it turns into something they don't need to, and then you're apologizing. I still remember Genuine having to apologize because he wouldn't let a transgender person kiss him. Why?
But some things are...
That's crazy.
No, he doesn't have to apologize for that.
But he had to.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
What?
You know, he did not.
Go check that. I remember that vividly.
Yo.
They dragged him for that.
Yo, he chose to.
Chose to apologize.
I don't care what you say about anything. I don't care. Like, it's like me and you, for example. You read comments, right? So you'll be on some shit, this and that, this and that, this and that. I don't even care. I don't even know what's happening.
That's like,
so it doesn't even matter, bro.
Joe was talking to Ruby Rose, and she's like, "Yeah, I gotta do this." Like it's like they make the phone their whole fucking world instead of just being like, "Yo, this is who I am, and this is it."
Let me say this to you. Let me say this.
They take the opinions and all that shit. Let me say this.
Let me say this to you. 99% of the comments are worthless and irrelevant. But there are things that can start going down a circus and it affects you. Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
I swear to you, I sat there and I spoke to Esso and I said, they can't get rid of this guy. He is too important. These words do not matter, nothing. He was found not guilty and Esso sat here and said, he's gone. Fuck your Marvel, fuck your feeling. Because of what? Because of the pressure of people complaining. There is leverage.
But paying attention to it ain't going to do nothing.
It's not about paying attention. It's just being aware of what...
You reading it, you can't do nothing about it. Once the shit takes legs, it's walking.
But this is what I'm saying. But that's why certain people jump ahead of it. They're
you
like,
can't.
That's you jumping ahead of it is giving it legs.
He is giving it legs. Nigga, you're not Jay-Z. Jay-Z can get niggas to erase shit off the internet. Y'all can't do that. So it's like, once it's there, once it starts taking legs, Esso, do you really feel that way about fat bitches? Yes.
But now, if you start, hold on. If you
they
start,
mad at you.
Hold on. If you start losing deals off of that, deals are getting taken off the table, which you've seen. Are you just going down? Are you going down with this shit?
And apologize to the fat bitches?
Yes.
No, I ain't apologizing.
Then you know what? This conversation's over. Let me shake your hand.
Wait, time out. I'm gonna go back and say I really like him. I love him.
Lizzo is saying that she's healthy. People mad that she's the guy healthy and she's losing weight and shit.
She might lose her fan base.
No, I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. She's losing her fan base because she was on this whole fat positivity bullshit.
But you know why she's losing the weight though? Because she was throwing thirst to all these niggas, and they're like, no. How dare you think you could get Captain America?
She's losing weight because she has a man, and now this man is probably saying some shit, and shit is going down.
No, girls don't lose weight when they get the man. They gain it. When the man is gone, that's when they lose the weight.
Depends on the nigga you with.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Maybe she's losing it for her career.
Yeah. Yeah. And her record came out. It's not bad. So she's all right.
No, I think Lizzo, I've always thought she's dope.
Yo,
she
she's a
looks
party
better
girl, though.
now.
She's a party girl, son.
Yeah.
And yo,
she looked better.
But she looks better now. And even when she was big, she was pretty.
She always had a pretty face.
You follow what I'm saying?
I just
so
think,
she
like,
looks better now. So if she comes with
taking comments and like,
no, I mean,
who gives a fuck?
Listen, they're right now. Do you think they might force Doechii to apologize?
Apologize for what?
For that thing she said about straight men or the devil.
Why would she apologize when all these people's gay?
Nigga, they're on her neck. Sometimes they make these people
They not on her
apologize.
neck. I've been seeing the opposite.
Nah.
See, that's your algorithm. You got all the niggas that hate women that be on her neck for that.
So-
and I have a lot of women I follow, and I see them bigging her up.
Okay, listen
And
to
I
what
be like, yo, this is crazy.
hold on.
Then I see the men getting mad at her, and it's like,
No, hold
bro,
on.
I'm
Listen to
sitting
what
here
you're
with the
saying.
women like,
Listen
who
to what
gives a
you're
fuck
saying.
if she likes women?
Listen to what you're saying. What woman is gonna disagree with her saying that straight men are toxic?
I've seen women who disagree.
No, bro. In mass, that's already gonna be a given.
But I've seen women who disagreed with her and was just like, but why the fuck do I care?
Just like, hold on. Just like Jermaine Dupri right now. All the independent artists are mad. Why did La Russell have to respond? No, hold on. Why did he have to respond?
But guess what?
Hold on. Why did he have to respond though?
Guess what? Jermaine Dupri don't care.
No. I didn't bring up
That's
Jermaine
the key.
Dupri.
Really
Hold
don't.
on, you're not getting what I said. Why did La Russell have to respond? If we talking about these niggas shouldn't give a fuck what a person's saying, comments or anything.
Well, he just asked the question. La Russell's there to answer.
even
Like,
that's,
nigga,
that's
this
still
is
a
why.
response. That's still a response to JD. If that's Esso,
mean,
he
if
don't
he
need to
asked
talk
a
about
question-
JD.
If JD just said it, niggas wouldn't care, but he asking questions. So niggas, you gonna get a response from the niggas who know.
Hey, but based on what y'all saying, and I can't discredit that, these niggas shouldn't have to say anything. JD says his thing, it's on to the next.
They don't have to. They want to.
Yeah.
They choose to. That's all. We could have said, yo, it's like when we go through shit and I told y'all, yo, just don't say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Let it go. We chose to do that. When Ghost broke it and went and talked and it didn't work out right, he stopped talking again. You follow what I'm saying?
We did a live Ghost.
And they asked what's up with you and Danny.
Yeah. Do you and Danny from the Stop have drama still? I was I never had any drama.
I don't fuck with him, but he's cool.
Yeah, no, I didn't say it's no violence,
Shit.
but that was a main question. Like 3 people had asked that.
That's all Danny's accounts. So he's asking him for
We-
himself. So
I
he
don't
can get a
know.
fucking click.
We live stream every Friday
Yeah.
at 12 noon.
You're gonna have to fix. You're gonna get a camera. You gotta get a camera for that. That's not.
I know they've been complaining.
Yeah.
They like tell Ghost to fix it.
You gotta fix that.
We're still
me
live
you use the-
streaming.
you can use the mic.
Yo, you watch our growth.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. Just watch our growth. You know what I'm saying? And it's just gonna get better and better and better. I once had a camera for the live stream, but we sacrificed it for the greater good of the team. See what I'm saying?
But you don't think masculinity's under attack?
I think it's under attack.
You're a fucking man. You're a man. Just be
No,
a
but what
fucking
I'm
man.
saying, here's my thing. I just think men are an easy target because 18 months ago, it used to be toxic masculinity. That was the big complaint. Now it's men being sassy, men ordering fruity drinks. Like,
Is it okay for him to order a lemon drop? I order lemon drops at Houston's all
I
the
just drank a
time.
lemon drop with a bitch last night. I don't give a fuck.
but I don't look at y'all like unmasculine men.
She was
But
actually
Hynaken,
hype. She was actually hype. You drink lemon drops?
But can I say something,
Yeah, whatever.
Hynaken? I don't care how anybody
No,
feels.
no,
like-
but what I'm saying is, you're not, like, things really, think about this. They would sit there and say, yo, anybody can use any bathroom based on how they feel about their sex or their gender or whatever, right? That's been the play that they try to have. Then, out of nowhere, Donald Trump comes in and says, cut that out. Now, look, they've been trying to put men to play in the WNBA, to practice, right? And I was like, why are they doing that? Now, I don't know if this is true or not. They're saying it's to give the induction of allowing transgenders to play.
You know what?
It's
But you know what this whole Trump shit really exposed?
What's
that
up?
there was an agenda. I used to think it was some bullshit. Now when you see where the money was going and this and that, I'm like,
Yeah,
yo, there
nigga.
was a fucking agenda for real.
But the agenda is
Crazy.
based on what we spoke about earlier with the Anthony Mackie thing, give and earn. When you're with your crew,
What?
no, listen to what I'm saying. And you're into what you're into. If Esso became president, you are going to jail if you litter. Yeah, yes, I know how he's gonna be like, no dirty streets, no dirty. If you litter, 10 days in the box. But that's what he's into. Whoever's into whatever they are, they're gonna push the narrative. That's all it is. That's why when I see certain things, I'm like, this is the narrative. These are the people who are in power. But come 2 years from now, it's gonna be another agenda.
I mean, but the narrative was right in front of our face. You had to see the agenda. You was just in disbelief. Like, you just wanted this shit to just be happening. Like, all this gay shit is everywhere. It's just happening. The transgender is swimming and winning all the awards. The dude looks like a dude, but he identifies as a female, so we're going to throw him in the water with all other females.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you had to see it, in order for you to get a award in the movie, you got to have some gay shit in a television show to be considered. The agenda was there. Everybody's gay. They letting they sons turn to girls. Like, everybody's gay. Girls like girls all the time. That's acceptable. Guys can't like guys. That's gay. Now you got girls saying, I'll say to a girl, well, I know you're bisexual. Did I tell you that? Oh, well, you like girls and guys, but did I say I'm bisexual? Isn't that what that means when you fuck with girls and you fuck with guys? Y'all are confused. I just had a girl tell me who had the baby that her baby is with her baby mama. How can you ever...
Listen. We know studs have babies.
You're not getting what he said.
You didn't hear what I said.
You didn't hear what he said.
This is what I told the girl, okay? She can't be your baby mama.
Why not?
Because she didn't carry the baby.
But if the dad don't want him,
hold up.
The dad
listen to the logic,
bro.
I know what you're saying.
That ain't got nothing to do with a baby.
She has to be the baby father.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, but she's not a man, so she's
So
not.
you can't
be the baby mama.
If I change my gender,
Bro.
I want to be called baby mama.
Bro, he's missing your
This is the first time he's not disagreeing with you,
Bro,
but the person that gotta be the baby mother is the baby mother.
You can't be the bitch that carried the baby
and then be the baby father.
The baby, and she say, my son is with his baby mother. What? It's with my baby mother? No. That's the woman you co-parent with. Okay? That's his other mother.
Nah, 2 baby mamas.
This world, this is why I said. The fact that he's acknowledging that.
Oh, he loves it.
That's
right.
I just think it's all fucking fucked up.
It's all.
You know me. I'm so happy the world is going to shit.
I know.
What's about?
But listen to what I'm saying. Let me tell you, I don't give a fuck today, right? Because I do want to talk about this because in the same instance, she's bisexual because she fucks with niggas, of course, because she's the one that got pregnant and had the baby. You know, niggas in the hood ain't doing no artificially inseminated. Yeah. No, I'm a stud. You my bitch. You can fuck him, get pregnant,
and
boom,
then back to business.
And we're gonna raise it. We outside. That really happens, okay? I'm telling the camera, that really happens. Mm-hmm. It has happened, right? So in that same instance, when I'm telling her, you can't have a baby mama, right? I talked to her about the other instance of what I said, about what the other gay chick said, the other half-gay bisexual chick said to me when I said, oh, you're bisexual, right? Right? This is what happens. I tell her, I said, the girl said, I said that she's bisexual, and she said, who told you that? And I said to her, well, you like men and women. And she said, yeah, people be tripping in this gay world. They be making their own shit up. I said, bitch, so are you.
But here's my thing.
You just called her the baby mama. So that's why I said your whole community is fucked up.
But Esso, in fairness, right? We've always said there are double standards that men have that women can't have and vice versa. A man can smash mad joints and he'll never be labeled as a hoe. If a man does something with another man and he said that was one time, we still gonna say you gay. But if a girl quits, hold on.
We know a nigga that got away with it.
Huh? He's gay.
We know a nigga that got away with it.
Who? Oh, you know what? This is going somewhere else. But if a girl had a girl,
it was on the internet. I'm not gonna say his
no,
name.
fuck it. But if a girl had a girl experience and said I did it one time and I'm no longer gay, nobody questions it.
They're not even gonna call her gay.
They just said, oh, she had a moment.
Yes, no.
But if it's
she was curious.
Yeah, she was exploring for that moment. So, but that's the snowball effect. You give them that rope, then it turns into, yeah, we have 3 baby mothers. What? Yeah, I'm not bi, I'm fluid. Yo, when I first heard that word, I was like, and what fluid means is way crazier.
It's wild.
No.
Fluid?
I know.
I never even heard that.
What?
You know what?
Fluid is crazy.
No. You know what that means when they say they're fluid?
They just fuck anything. That's
Thank
selfish.
you, my nigga.
You fuck anything?
Yes.
Fluid is a wild term.
It's nigga.
I never heard of that before.
I've heard it. I was like, what the fuck are you talking
It's
about?
big.
I gotta ask this shorty.
Fluid.
No, bro.
And when you say anything,
She knows, and she's gonna look at you like, you don't know what fluid means? Are you crazy?
I'm talking about.
This fluid been out for 5-6 years now.
I'm talking about doorknobs, gear
This ain't
shifters.
no-
It's crazy.
Hey,
Transformers.
They're wild.
fluid is
boy.
wild.
Yo, bro. Hi.
All right. This is a real post.
Oh man, I'm scared.
The pardons that Sleepy Joe Biden gave to the unselect committee of political thugs and many others are hereby declared void, vacant, and no further forced or in effect.
It's got to be Trump.
they gotta go back
Because
to
of
jail?
the fact that they were done by auto pen. In other words, Joe Biden did
Couldn't
not
even
sign
sign
them.
them.
But more importantly, he did not know anything about them. The necessary pardoning documents were not explained to or approved by Biden. He knew nothing about them, and the people that did may have committed a crime. Therefore, those on the unselect committee who destroyed and deleted all evidence obtaining there during the 2-year period witch hunt of me and many other innocent people should fully understand that they are subject to investigation at the highest level.
Listen, Ghost, I gotta cut you off. I'm from Brooklyn, but y'all Queens niggas is crazy, son. y'all know how to get the revenge. He's saying all you niggas that came after me.
He ended it with crooked Joe Biden.
It's up. Where Trump from, Esso? Nah, he don't want to say.
Yo, Trump's son gotta go back to jail, son.
Who's son?
That's what that mean. The pardon might be go. You gotta go back to jail.
You mean Biden's son?
Biden's son.
But it's also smart because when Trump pardoned the people that he did, those are the people that helped him win the election.
Yeah.
So not only is he getting his revenge, he's making sure this guy don't have his crew to combat against me.
If y'all don't learn nothing, don't fuck with them Queens boys. Leave them niggas alone. Leave us alone. Niggas be sitting over there. The thing about Queens boys, niggas sitting over there doing their own. They might be a little loud, but they over there doing their own thing for real.
Let's do a poll.
They not even checking for niggas.
Take Esso out of this. But he's in the poll.
Yo, but he plotted this.
No,
by doing the sign-offs with the pen,
I know
throwing the
that.
pens. This was all a plot.
But let me ask you a question.
deep,
This is
son.
a funny question. Who is the craziest Queens nigga? 50, Trump.
Trump got it.
No, or Esso.
I'm not a
Yo, nigga,
He's not on that list. He's not on that list. There's many other people. Irv
Gotti
Gotti on that list waiting for it.
Irv Gotti.
Gotti, yeah.
Then you
Irv
got
Gotti.
Preem. You got
Preem
many
on
other
that
niggas on that
list.
list before Esso.
Mad niggas. I'm not no mad niggas.
Mad niggas. We sat down with a few of them.
Mad niggas can go on that list, but I don't even want to be on that list.
Do we put Nori on that list? Nah.
Nah, I wouldn't put Nori on that
He's
list.
probably in the same boat as Esso.
Yeah.
Do we put-
Nori's love. People
Yeah,
like
do we
Nori.
put Rory on that list?
Nah.
He a Queens
hell
nigga.
Nah.
Well, it's
Elliot.
Huh? Elliot Wilson. He on that list. Elliot Wilson's a crazy Queens nigga, yo. He on that
I
list.
wouldn't put him on that list. I think y'all just want to put a content
You talking
creator
about
on that
craziness.
list.
No,
List of
I'm
crazy
talking about crazy gangster Queens niggas, bro.
Elliot ain't on that list.
What?
And Esso ain't on that list either.
Nah, Esso's a wild boy, bro. He just
There's way other crazier
Niggas are
than
crazy. These niggas is crazy.
I'm not saying he a lunatic.
I
but
got good sense, bro. I'm a protector of myself.
so is all these other
No,
niggas.
they're not.
You know,
Niggas out there is bullies. You bugging. I've never bullied nobody in my life, and I've had leverage.
but bully's based
I've
on
had
perspective,
leverage.
though. Is Trump really bullying, or he's
a bully,
or he's getting his get back?
He's a bully,
nigga.
Is he not getting his get back?
Yo, messing with a Tesla is terrorist act now. It's over. Like it's the
That's his boy.
That's bully shit.
Hold on, that's what Glasses Malone said. Glasses Malone said, "Don't fuck with my niggas."
It doesn't matter if you're yelling. You asked him a question, and then he answers you, and then you make an excuse and say that's his boy. That doesn't matter.
If niggas fuck with your niggas,
it doesn't.
it's up.
You're
not bullying.
If niggas fuck with my niggas, right?
I know what you doing.
The first thing I'ma say is what happened.
No, of course.
I'm not going straight to. I'm not on that type of time because.
How do you know he didn't do that?
Because I know the type of nigga. But listen, I know the type of niggas that I used to be around and what they are. So I know they liable that started it and lying about it. Okay, so I'm not jumping into no fire with them because them niggas be liars and they be starting trouble.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
I can't disagree with you.
So even with all of these type of situations, when you're talking about niggas that are bullies, you're talking about Donald Trump. You're talking about 50 Cent. You're talking about Irv Gotti. You're talking about Supreme.
Hold on. Queens gangsters are way more popular than any other borough.
Fat Cat.
Think about it.
Preem.
Chaz.
Bimmy. Web and Nitty.
Web and
Niggas is outside.
But you know why they're famous aside from the crimes?
Maserati Fox.
But you know what all of them have in common? No. You know what all of them have in common?
Brooklyn gangsters.
No, you're not getting it. They're all tied into the music industry somewhere, somehow. Whereas a lot of the Brooklyn dudes, they didn't get into the music industry. A lot of the Bronx niggas, Queens niggas, and Russell
Juan is famous. OG Juan.
Yeah. But
what you want for?
Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm. But it's not too. There's gangsters like Mel Matrix, but then
I don't know Matrix. He's cool. He's not up there.
No,
with
he's
Supreme
not. He might. But I mean, it's tricky.
It's a different era, but he's not. Supreme and them. They had a
Pistol Pete.
They had a run.
Bronx, I think.
Bronx, right?
Pistol Pete's famous.
Yeah, but he's not involved in the music. But he's famous. He's famous.
Pistol Pete is involved in music. He's with Fat Joe.
He's involved.
No, there's two Pistol Petes. Which one you talking about?
What the fuck you talking about?
There's two of them. Yeah.
Some Haitian folklore.
Bro, I don't know.
Nigga, I'm telling you the truth.
Well, who's the other one with?
You talking about the black one or the Spanish one?
I don't know no black Pistol Pete.
Peter Rolick. That nigga. Trust me, them niggas gonna be in there like.
Where he from?
Bronx.
He's from the Bronx?
Soundview area. Yes. Even Yayo spoke about that nigga. Yo,
I don't know him.
He's responsible for really bringing the Bloods out here.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Him. The only Pistol Pete I know is the Spanish one.
Yeah, I know him too.
That fuck with Fat Joe.
Yeah.
They said Jim brought the Bloods.
but I'm gonna say
they just
said that on purpose.
Yo, you know what? Salute to Jim Jones. Because we was talking about rappers who don't spend their money. I watched that man spend like $3,000 to $4,000 on just a business dinner to make shit happen that he didn't have to spend to.
Yeah, man.
You understand?
Jimmy's a giving guy.
Yeah, but for sure. People don't. But you said something interesting. When rappers get to the pinnacle of where they are, they got the popularity. They don't be expecting to want to pay in general, not for everybody.
But Jimmy probably wouldn't have to pay, but he's paying for the other people. That's the thing about it. He's the type of person that understands that if he's the star and he's inviting you, he don't even look for me to pay. You know what I'm saying? On some real shit, he's done stuff and I've gotten money and I've said, yo, I just want to contribute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Boom.
of course.
But he don't even look for me. If he's calling the meeting, he knows it's going to be this amount of people and he's into enjoying. You got to remember he's Spanish too.
Yeah.
Whether he identifies with that, that's his blood. So when I look at him and I think about Jim Jones, Spanish people, they congregate. They be having people around, they always enjoying this up. If they got it, we got it. If it's one nigga that got the money, he's paying for everything, nigga.
To be around everybody.
Everybody. The bells and whistle. Oh, you don't got the Coronas pop. Go get the Corona for Bobby. No, hold on. He like, hold on. I'm paying for this shit.
When we went to DR, my stepmother, we went to the resort with everybody. I was like, everybody coming to the resort? Everybody in the
That's
fucking...
crazy. But that's Spanish people.
That's Spanish
That shit
people.
was
So
crazy.
I look at him like that. Spanish people, they congregate. And I'm not going to say black people aren't giving, but Spanish people in my life have been very giving, unselfish people.
How you feel about Jim saying the Bloods is a fraternity and all this shit?
I agree. And I'm going to tell you why. People are killing Jim Jones for representing the gangs, but then the same ones that immortalize all these mafioso dudes, you know, and they're all around the same age range. You're going to give big ups to all these John Gottis and Al Capone, whatever. Of course, maybe they do a little bit more sophisticated crime, but it's a gang.
But the difference with them niggas was going to jail.
I mean, blood niggas going to jail.
I know that, but that's why the fraternities aren't going to jail.
I mean, I maybe he doesn't want to translate it towards that. I mean, I get where he was saying.
It's even with Glasses Malone. It's even with Glasses.
When he said that, I thought about.
But you know how I look at it. I look at it like
Glasses agrees with Jimmy.
Yeah.
But even so, fraternities get black fraternities get disrespected, and when I look at that, right, it's anytime, and Esso said it earlier, and so did you, Ghost. Anytime black men are coming together as a unit and forming different minds and different ideologies, everyone downplays it. But the same groups of other people, they big it up, no matter what it is.
But the problem with us, with the Bloods and the Crips, to me, is this. They know the narrative, if it's really not what it is, because Glasses was like, that's all movies, right? That's the narrative that they put out. Then if you really about that business, you gotta put some effort into fighting against the narrative.
But my thing is, they might have white artists who are affiliated with the Hells Angels. You're not gonna hear nothing about it. They might be affiliated with all these other motorcycle gangs. They get bigged up. And these guys are doing freaking high-level conspiracy tactics. And they get immortalized.
The gang members are on YouTube throwing up gang signs.
So these guys are doing shit. These mobsters are outside.
You was one of the few people that said that the rappers and all them is the new mob.
Yep.
And you the one that said the mob niggas have cooled down. They've learned to go under wraps. And they're not looking for the fame like that anymore. So we can't say the mobsters are doing it because you're on camera saying they've chilled out and they've went under wraps and the rapper niggas is out here on high.
So going to jail.
And our black people do everything on the high. That's what we do.
I got you on that.
So if it's cool, but remember when niggas been in gangs, okay, for years since the early 90s. Nobody was saying it though. I remember when niggas started saying, yo, everything was gang. I'm like, why is everybody saying gang like it's cool? Do y'all understand? And then what do? They try to criminalize you. Oh, you said this gang. Oh, you said that gang.
But let me show you this.
You said you're just labeling yourself and know that the narrative is going to point negative.
Decepticons and shit. Like that's when I started.
That was Brooklyn. That was like mid to late 80s.
That was 89.
Yeah.
89 was the Decept. They lasted at least through 92, 93.
Yeah, that's right. See, he's outside because that's accurate.
I know, nigga.
Yeah. Niggas,
I knew Decepticons, Keyway.
That was the first like kind of gang that I heard.
Keyway.
They were mainly in Brooklyn.
Keyway, Rob. Niggas don't even know about the Decepticons, okay? They don't even know. When I be like, yo, the Decepts was the first niggas.
They was treacherous outside,
and let me tell you why the Decepts was so treacherous. We can come off that. This is why they were so ill. They were Brooklyn niggas, right? But they were all on the Brooklyn train lines, which ran all the way through Manhattan. And the thing about Brooklyn niggas is they ran all the schools. Queens niggas ain't in those schools. Everything on that D, B, and C line and A line, if that shit goes through Brooklyn, that nigga could, if that shit went to New Rochelle, you have Brooklyn niggas in schools in New Rochelle, Decepticons. And then they all met on the train, nigga. Which was like, oh my God. Every school, Martin Luther King, A. Philip Randolph, Manhattan Center. They was all in Julia Richmond, nigga.
Bro, there was a time you couldn't have on. You had to be that nigga if you had on a starter jacket and a JanSport book.
Don't let it be a bubble. Don't let it be a bubble.
I had a JanSport.
No. You're younger.
And you can't have. Remember when you had to have all the tassels
the strings.
on?
If you had the strings, you was
marked for death.
They coming for you. You had to be that nigga.
You marked for death.
Yo. Niggas
death.
was going in, taking the strings off. Like, nah, you're not about
Stealing
that life.
your strings,
Bro.
JanSport, highway robbery,
Starter
fuck the 8-ball jacket. Don't, oh my God, don't have a giant starter.
Bro.
A San Francisco to go 49ers. Nigga, you better have a burner, nigga.
Yeah, you had to be that nigga to wear this shit.
You crazy. Any bubble jacket that was fly. I mean, the first North Faces was out there. We didn't have the super duper Gore-Tex ones. We had the first ones.
Yeah.
Robbery. What?
But think about this, though. Even the Black Panther, for what they did and what they continue to do, people labeled them as a gang. They labeled them as...
they was on the high. This one, listen,
I was watching the interview and they were like, the Black Panthers did more than just feed the children. Like they had other jobs.
Yeah, but that's any gang though.
They were conspiring.
Think about this. What was the Nation of Islam? They're always trying to play them down. Oh, what are they up to? You got to be wary of them.
But that's rooted in religion though, so it kind of gets a pass in a way.
They get a pass because of this. But I'm just saying that whole gang life, that shit been around. But with the black people, it's always on the high. Even if you go down, if you on 143rd and fucking Lenox, if they got a gang, they throwing up the sign. They got the T-shirt with the gang sign on. The fucking license plate say gang 143. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is on the high. The hat. We gotta have a hat, G gang 143 with the gun. Like, you niggas got to be on the high.
But they learned that from John Gotti.
Marketed.
John Gotti was like the first dude that really...
And it didn't work.
John Gotti ain't market himself like that. No.
What? Nigga.
Not like how we do it.
No, nigga. He's the only one.
You think so?
Nigga.
I think he was just doing mad crime. And
no. That was on purpose. He would tell the news crews pull up. He wanted to shine.
Yeah, maybe so.
He wanted that clout.
I can't speak on it.
Yeah, he would talk. He would show
because
off.
It was said that the gangsters was like, "Yo, you need to chill."
They was trying to kill him. They're like, "Yo, bro, chill." They tried to blow up his car and everything. It goes back to Esso's point, but think about this. It goes from Gotti, then Irv Gotti. Remember how all these rappers named themselves
Chris Gotti,
Panero and Chris. De Niro, all the movies, Scarface, Escobar, goes into No, you know what?
We even got a Scarface.
No. Fuck that. It was first Scarface, then John Gotti.
Yeah, okay.
I gotta give the Scarface the movie.
But I'm saying, but you still hit it on the head because you got the rapper Scarface.
Yeah,
it's we on the high, bro. We on the high.
We flashy niggas, bro.
We on the high, bro.
We
want niggas to know everything. So if I was in the gang, I remember shout to Tiffany Prince. Tiffany Prince is one of my old girls. Tiffany said, "Yo, Randy, you would have been the most magnificent drug dealer ever." She said, because you always had a plan. I'm not about to flash. I didn't want... Nigga, I had all the money. I don't want niggas knowing I'm the one with all the money. I'm not even the boss. It's Ghost. I don't even want to be the boss, nigga. I don't even know what these niggas is talking about,
Let me tell you something.
Nigga.
That could only last but for so long, because who pulled that off? One of the dudes that tried to kill Gotti. That was the one that was pretending he was crazy so he wouldn't have no attention, and he made somebody else above him and said he's the boss. And niggas like, nope. That's,
oh yeah, he was walking out of his house with a robe on.
You know about him, right?
He was walking out of his house with a robe on every day.
Talking to himself.
Like he's crazy because he didn't want to go to jail. Niggas like, stop playing, you're going.
But isn't that the Soprano shit? That's Sopranos?
That's where they got it from.
But that's real.
Yes.
The nigga was walking out like he...
and he was the biggest boss. But he put somebody else above him.
That's
and the
true.
nigga he had above him is real deal. He wasn't no slouch. And yo, I learned a long time ago when somebody wants to come and get your shit locked down, they're coming for it. You know what I'm saying? Especially the biggest gang is the police department.
I just feel like we just too on the high. Like I never was seeking popularity. I was seeking how we could make money. We could have way less subscribers and been making a grip. You know what I'm saying? Especially for what we know right now. If we was with the right people, we could have way less subscribers and been making a grip.
And
I just
under
wanted
the
to
radar.
get paid for my hard work and stay under the radar. I didn't mind that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't. So when I walk out, and I don't mind the popularity neither, I'm just saying it's a difference. So when you telling people, like, people be like, oh my God, you used to be so wild. You used to be so much more fun. I know. You think I could do that now? Because now people's like, cling, camera, boy, viral, he's going nuts in here, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Imagine some of the things that he see me do when I say, yo, drinking champagne, crazy, can I call you bitch, loud? Imagine somebody had that on camera, nigga.
Let me tell you something.
I'd be fried, bro.
I remember one time, I don't tell Esso what to do with his page. There was one time we went to a party on a yacht and we was celebrating. And I had a video of him chucking a bottle into the ocean. The body language was amazing. The moment was amazing. Everything. I say, yo, S, post that shit. It's opulent. This nigga post this shit. Polluter! Destroyer! You killed the dolphins, blah, 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 blah. And that was before we were on anything.
Clue was like, take that shit down. Like,
You dig what I'm saying? So
like, I threw a whole bottle of
Chucked
fucking
it.
Moet white, Moet ice down that shit. Chuck that shit. We on the boat. I chucked that shit out in the water. They got that shit on camera. I was twisted, boy. Shit was,
And he wasn't gonna do it. He just that was the one time he listened to me and he's like, yo, don't ever tell me what to do with my page. I was like, all right, cool, you're right.
niggas like, you can get
people-
fined for that.
There's a thing in Atlanta going on where they saying that the school system is corrupted by black people.
Okay, Atlanta's Black Wakanda.
I'm just saying, like, they're using
Listen
funds
to-
wrong. They're paying each other and doing shit. But Spellman came together. They took the slutty vegan out of the school.
I heard because they're overcharging, like
They're overcharging. It's high prices. They're not getting enough. And they said being black owned isn't enough. You gotta.
No, here's
So now
what I heard.
Slutty vegan went to the college and was overcharging.
Let me tell you. Let me show you something. I'm gonna show you how
the
crazy
slutty
it
vegan
was.
on
Because
campus.
guess how much was for a burger and fries,
$20.
and you get no drink
In a college campus, it's
on a college
crazy.
campus. Mind you, the only thing that's ever been good at slutty vegan is the French fries. Consensusly, nobody else bigs up anything else.
I ain't like it. I ain't gonna lie. But
That's
it
why the other
it
two
ain't
closed
for me.
down.
You know who got a good burger, y'all?
What's
I had
up?
a smash burger. Dumbo House.
Really?
And the fries is fire.
So we got to go there.
Yeah, bro, I gotta get a membership. I went with Rod. Shout out to Rod Strickland.
Nah, that's a great new journey too on the crossover, you know. And Rod, he's real comfortable around us, especially you. So to get that different level of dialogue and perspective in history, it's about to really be a great adventure. No pun intended.
Yeah, I don't think people is really expecting.
They're not.
Y'all are knowing, but people not expecting me to be doing the show with Rod Strickland. Rod don't talk like that. He said he got a whole bunch of stories and opinions that he got to say, and he's excited to tell his story.
And Rod pays attention because the first thing he said when he met all three of us, remember what he said? You're Space Ghost. Nice to finally meet you. That was the first thing Rod Strickland ever said when he seen us through. And I was like, I told you niggas know you.
Listen, people are surprised that Ray J came out. He said he has accounts. He has like 2 retirement accounts for nurses. So he has a nurse account because he knows if these women ain't gonna help take care of him, his kids might help take care of him.
That's brilliant.
He got accounts for nurses.
Thinking the same way right now. That's my biggest worry is who's gonna look out. Like me being separated from my wife, like that's my biggest thing. And I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Just because you have a wife or a partner, it's still no guarantee that they gonna take care of you. They will put your ass in a home. They will let your ass wilt away. They will be upset at taking care of you.
And the thing is, people
That's a fear of mine.
are living their lives, and when you're living your life and other people depend on you, and you gotta take time out to take care of somebody, it's a trickle-down effect of how many other people you're affecting. You know, most people don't want to have a stranger take care of them because they're not going to have the same care that a person who's has an attachment towards you does. But at this point, where the way society is going, the way
nobody cares.
How about this? AI nurses have been rolled out. They're putting AI to do the little mundane tasks that other nurses so they can focus on the big tasks.
Can AI do? You mean a robot? What you mean AI?
This is what's really happening.
Like when people call, hey, I need some water or whatever, like if they're in the hospital or whatever, you can tell the AI that, hey, I speaks Creole, all type of shit.
And what's the AI gonna do?
It'll
Bring
alert
a
the nurse.
drone or
It'll alert the nurse that, instead of them getting a call or whatever, having to go deal with you and then having to do, like, they could deal with the big stuff.
Here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna become
and they can just know, like, they just look, all right, cool, I need to go here.
We're gonna become intergalactic as a society.
It's just to cut out time.
No,
it's really what the AI.
Because you heard that they've been able to transmit different consciousness into different robots. They've already figured out the science on that. They said by 2045, which means 20 years from now. This is all theory in my mind. They're gonna be able to take our DNA and replicate it.
Did that already?
No, listen to what I'm saying. And build a whole new version of you, or if you want a different body, you can, or a robotic body, and take your mind and put it in that body. So whatever your peak was, maybe you were at your peak physically at 24. It'll have your body at 24, and they're gonna put your mind in there. Now
but it's not your mind.
Can't your mind wear out like how my mom's did?
Yeah, it's not your mind.
Your mind doesn't have to last forever.
There's a deeper conversation because Bigger had the lady who made The Matrix on his show.
Yes.
He's coming out this week.
Yes.
The Matrix movie?
The lady who wrote the book, Terminator and The Matrix, he had her on the show. And she said all this cloning, all that shit is basically another agenda to take God away. It's just because those are not God's children. IVF, all that shit.
We've always been playing God, though.
A God thing. So those kids are gonna grow up.
If you understand
AI and being basically robots because they're not a part of this. But
if you understand the story, the Anunnaki, they were always tinkering with our DNA, and that's how come it took a moment before they could figure out, to get the humans we want that we know now, it takes 9 months. Before, it would happen instantly. You got to read the tablets.
But what I'm saying is, like you said with the nurses, right? Like you want a person there, kind of whatever. You'll pay for a person to be there to take care of you. A physical person, but then I'm putting an AI in there. That's not a physical person. So how are you going to get the community to accept this? You make children that are not even from fucking people. They're from fucking science.
Yeah, I don't disagree, but if we
not even clones, IVF, they took it from this guy over here and put it in her, and
because people don't want to die. People are, since the beginning of time, everybody has tried to find a way to live as long as they can. And currently, right now, this is probably the closest you can get to immortality. And they're just a race to get to it. Because does anybody truly know if they have 20 years? If you're in your mid-40s and you say, I could live until
the Matrix lady says, mother shit.
Yeah, I know.
She said it's all a plot to farm people so that the rich can eat them.
Huh? Who can eat them?
The rich people, the elites, so they can eat people. So they need ways to make people and all this shit, and their reason to kill them.
I think it's an extension of that. Whatever. Everybody has their own thought process, but I know nobody ever says they want to die. They want to live as long as they can. You dig what I'm saying? Oh, she might be calling me about Isaac Hayes. So, but yeah. Hey, if we can make it another 20 years and they've perfect the science.
You see how black people, we on the high, right?
Yeah.
He didn't have to say, why the person was, she probably called me for hours. Hey, he could just looked at the phone and put the phone down.
No, because I
Gotta
spoke
make
to
it
her
hot.
today.
No, I'm saying niggas is on the high.
All right, let me show you this. I'm gonna talk to her.
He's missing the point. You're missing the point.
Missing the point. And look, you do it even more.
Yeah, like
This is even more of a
like he's on the high. Like
Hey, what's
nigga
up?
just looked and just said, "Yo, I'm gonna call her back," and told her off the camera. But
No, we just talking.
it
What's
has
up?
on the high?
Told you they don't call me until they call me. I don't talk to her.
All right, you go ahead, son. You can sign out.
We finished?
Yeah, we pretty much
Yo,
done.
BagFuel. Go to bagfuel.com. Go to Esso World with an O on that one.com. Sign up for Esso University. It's $47 a month. That's roughly $12 a week to get the knowledge and the science that you would go to a trade school and get nothing for. You get no connections, no nothing, and you'd be in debt. This, you ain't gonna be in debt and you gonna be around the greatness. Boom, make sure you go get the BagFuel merch, sign up for the consultations, man. And get the cookbook. Shit.
And we out.